Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our reflection for this coming Sunday, the 33rd Sunday in Ordinary Time, Year A, if you're following it in your missal. It's, if you're looking in the Bible, it's Matthew chapter 25, verses 14 to 30. And it's the parable of the talents. The rich man going abroad knew the abilities of his servants, and so before he set out on his journey, he entrusted his property to each in proportion to his ability. The man who received 5 talents of money was capable of making 5 more. The man who received 2 talents was capable of making 2 more. And the man who received 1 talent was capable of making 1 more. The first 2 servants worked according to their ability. The third servant did not, giving his master back the 1 talent he had been given, instead of another talent, an extra talent that he was capable of earning. What held this servant back from working according to his ability was fear. I was afraid, and I went off and hid your talent in the ground. Many of us find ourselves having some sympathy for this third servant, because deep down we are only too well aware how fear can hold us back and prevent us from doing what we are actually capable of doing. Fear can be a much more powerful force in the lives of some than others. Those who have experienced a lot of criticism when they were growing up can be slow to take a risk and may develop a fearful approach to life. Unfair criticism can stunt our growth and prevent us from reaching our God-given potential. We hide what we have been given in the ground. There it remains safe, of course, but useless. Jesus was only too well aware of the disabling power of fear in people's lives. And it's striking the number of times Jesus says, "Do not be afraid." When Simon Peter fell at Jesus' knees, saying, "Depart from me, Lord, for I am a sinful man," Jesus replied to him, "Do not be afraid. From now on, it is people you will catch." When fear threatened to hold Peter back, Jesus called him forward to a new way of life. Jesus was present to people in ways that released them from their fear. He did not want fear of failure to hold people back. The tragedy of the third servant in the parable today is that out of fear, he hid what had been entrusted to him, even though he had the ability to use it well. We have each been graced in some way by the Lord for the service of others. If I hide what the Lord has given me, others are thereby deprived. Most of us need a bit of encouragement to place our gifts at the disposal of others. In these difficult times for the church, the ministry of encouragement is all the more necessary. And I'm not just thinking of the difficulties arising from the pandemic. There is much to be learned from the mistakes of the past. But the Lord would not want us to go underground. He has entrusted to us the treasures of the gospel. Now is not the time to hide that treasure in the ground out of fear. Rather, it is the time to encourage each other, to share what the Lord has given to us, so that the church may become all that God is calling it to be. Thank you now, and God bless, and have a good weekend.
Hello again, everyone. We are into the second full week now, I think, isn't it, of our lockdown Mark II. I want to share three things with you today. First of all, you will know, I'm sure, that for the last few years we've had a special service of remembrance in November for those whose funerals we've conducted, and also for those members of the parish who've had a loved one die, but whose funeral has taken place elsewhere, but they've died in the course of the year. Now, clearly, we can't invite people to come to this Mass before the end of November, but on Saturday, the 28th of November at 11 o'clock, we will live stream a Mass in which we will remember all of those whose funerals have taken place here during this last 12 months. And if you would like to add any names, just send me an email or telephone or whatever. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that the Bible timeline is arousing a lot of interest. I know some of you have got one or two questions about it. Well, that's fair enough, I think. One thing that was said to me was that the time for the sharing of questions in the middle isn't long enough, particularly if you're phoning somebody and waiting for them to respond. But otherwise, I think it's good, solid stuff, and it's going to give us a real knowledge of the main threads of the Bible. So I hope you can continue. And the third thing that I want to say is that just for anybody who would like to, I thought we'd have a meeting via Zoom, not this coming Friday, but the Friday after, which I think is the 27th of November, say 7 in the evening, just to share anything that we'd like to share about the Bible timeline. That will be done via Zoom from my headquarters here, from my broadcasting studio, and be nice to touch base. Good. Well, that's it for now. We're missing you very much and hope to be seeing you physically in church before too long. Bye and God bless. Have a good week. Look forward to being in touch during Mass tomorrow.